Hello, writers! Today we are going to start kind of a big project, so that's why we gave this to you on Monday, so that you can kind of work on it all week. We are going to practice writing your very own book on how to do something. So if you look here, it says, what is how to writing? And it says it's a detailed paper or a book that describes how to do something or how something works. So it's like kind of when you have to read the instructions on how to play a game or how to do something. Now, I am going to have you guys pick something that you are an expert about, and that will make it really easy for you to do. Now, I'm also going to read a book that's going to show you how I am going to write mine. So I have the book here, Clever Jack Takes the Cake. And then I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to show you what you're going to do. Clever Jack Takes the Cake. Kind of put it so you guys can see the pictures. One summer morning long ago, a poor boy named Jack found an invitation slipped beneath his cottage door. It read, "His Majesty the King cordially invites all the children of the realm to the princess's 10th birthday party tomorrow afternoon in the castle courtyard." "A party!" exclaimed Jack. "For the princess!" His mother sighed. "What a shame you can't go." "Why not?" asked Jack. "Because we've nothing fine enough to give her," his mother replied, "and no money to buy a gift." Jack had to admit his mother was right. His pockets were empty except for the matchsticks he always carried. As for the few belongings, a spinning wheel, a threadbare quilt, a pitted axe, what princess wanted those? The boy thought a moment. "Then I will make her something," he declared. "I will make her a cake." "From what?" asked his mother. "From the dust in our cupboard? From the dirt on the floor?" "I have a better idea," said Jack. And that same morning he traded his axe for 2 bags of sugar and his quilt for a sack of flour. He gave the hen an extra handful of seed in exchange for 2 fresh eggs, and he kissed the cow on the nose for a pail of her sweetest milk. He gathered walnuts, he dipped candles, and in the strawberry patch he searched and searched and searched until he found the reddest, juiciest, most succulent strawberry in the land. "Delicious," said Jack as he plucked it from its stem. Dipping candles means that you're making candles. You usually dip it in wax to make a candle. That's what that means. So he made his own candles. Then he set to work churning, chopping, blending, and baking. That same night, Jack stood back to admire his creation, 2 layers of golden sweet cake covered in buttery frosting and ringed with 10 tiny candles. Across the cake's top, the walnut spelled out, "Happy Birthday, Princess," and in the very center, in the place of honor, sat the succulent strawberry. "What a fine, fine gift," said Jack's mother. Jack grinned. Early the next morning, with combed hair and clean shirt, Jack set off for the castle, holding the cake proudly before him. Before long, he came to a bloom-speckled meadow. "Perhaps I should pick a bouquet for the princess," thought Jack. Just as 24 blackbirds rose into the air like a sudden summer storm cloud, they swirled all around the cake, pecking, nipping, flacking, and picking. "Get back!" hollered Jack. "I'm taking this cake to the princess." "Caw, caw, caw," cackled the blackbirds. And as quickly as they had come, they were gone, taking with them the walnuts that spelled, "Happy Birthday, Princess." Jack looked at his gift. "At least I still have 2 layers of cake, 10 candles, and succulent strawberry," he said. Holding the cake proudly before him, Jack continued on to the castle. Before long, he came to a bridge. "Toll!" a voice demanded. Out stepped a wild-haired troll. "No one crosses my bridge without paying." "I haven't any money," said Jack. The troll licked his lips. "But you have a cake." "Well, I'm taking this to the princess," said Jack. "And just how will you get it there?" growled the troll. "You and your cake are on this side of the river, and the princess is on that side, and my bridge is the only way across." Jack considered the problem. "I will make you a deal. If you let me cross, I'll give you half this cake." "Agreed," grunted the troll. So Jack slid out 1 layer, and as the troll slobbered and gobbled, he crossed the bridge. So he gave him 1 little layer of cake. On the other side, he looked down at his gift. "At least I still have a layer of cake, 10 candles, and the succulent strawberry," he said. Holding the cake proudly before him, Jack continued on to the castle. Before long, he came to the forest. No birds chirped here, no squirrels chittered. As if under a spell, the entire wood lay silent, sleeping, and only the wind seemed to whisper, "Beware, beware." Pulling the cake closer, Jack pressed on. The road grew narrower. The trees grew thicker. The light grew dimmer. Soon it was so dark that Jack couldn't see the cake in front of his face. "Turn back," the wind whispered. "Turn back." "I can't," cried Jack. "I'm taking this cake to the princess." And he reached in his pocket for a matchstick, struck it on his shoe, and lit one of the 10 candles. The tiny flame cast a magical circle of light. In its warm glow, Jack carefully made his way forward. But the little candle quickly burned out and snuffed out. So Jack lit a second candle, but he had not gone much farther before it too snuffed out. So Jack lit a third, then a fourth, then a fifth, until the 10th and final candle flickered, fluttered, and sputtered to its end. And as it did, the road widened, and the trees thinned, and the bright sunshine shone once more. Jack looked down at his gift. "At least I still have a layer of cake and the succulent strawberry," he said. So he keeps losing things left and right. Holding the cake proudly before him, Jack continued on to the castle. Before long, he came to a clearing. "Good morning, young sir," called out an old gypsy woman. "Have you come to see Samson dance?" At the sound of his name, the bear beside her rose up on his hind legs. "I don't have time," said Jack. "I'm taking this cake to the princess." "Then we shall make it a quick jig," said the gypsy, snatching up her concertina. "Oompa, oompa," wheezed the instrument. "Shuffle, shuffle, cake," danced the bear. Tap, tap, tap went Jack's foot as he set down the cake to dance with his new friends. "Whoa. Hey," cried Jake, "that bear ate the princess's cake." "Patooey!" "But not the strawberry," said the gypsy. "Samson hates fruit." Jack looked down at his gift, and for several seconds he was unable to speak. Finally he said, "At least I still have this, the reddest, juiciest, most succulent strawberry in the land." And holding the strawberry proudly before him, Jack continued on to the castle, across the drawbridge, through the fortress walls. It's his party. Straight into the courtyard. What a sight! There, smack in the center of all the merry festivities, sat the princess on her velvet throne. A long line of guests stretched before her, and one by one they presented her with their gift, each one more fabulous than the last. But even the most magnificent treasures did not seem to interest her highness. "More rubies," she said with a bored yawn. "Oh, how tiresome. Another tiara. How dull." Joining the line, Jack glanced down at his humble gift. "And what have you brought the princess?" a guard asked from behind him. "A strawberry," said Jack, "the reddest, juiciest, most succulent one in the land." He held it out for the guard to see. "That is a fine piece of fruit," agreed the guard, "but I cannot allow you to give that to the princess." "Why not?" said Jack. "Because she is allergic to strawberries," said the guard. "One taste and she swells up like a balloon." "No!" gasped Jack. What is he going to do? "Yes," said the guard. "I'm sorry, but you'll have to give it to me." Reluctantly, Jack handed over the strawberry. So now Jack found himself in the front of the line. The prince turned her gaze at him. "And what have you brought me?" she asked. Jack gulped. He blushed. He shuffled his feet. "Well?" Jack took a deep breath and knelt down before her. "Your Highness," he began, "let me explain what happened." And he told the princess about trading the ingredients to bake a golden sweet cake just for her. He told her about the swirling storm of blackbirds, the wild-haired troll, and the dark, dark wood. He told her about the old gypsy woman and her concertina, and the bear who loved to dance but hated fruit. "And in the end," said Jack, "I still had the succulent strawberry, but," the boy sighed, "you're allergic to strawberries." He waited for her to yawn. "So the guard ate it," he concluded. The princess laughed and clapped her hands in delight. "A story!" she exclaimed, "and an adventure story at that. What a fine gift!" Then the princess rose from her throne and proclaimed, "Time for birthday cake, and my new friend Jack shall have the honor of cutting it." And there they are at the end. All righty. So that story has a lot of inspiration. So Mrs. Schmidt kind of read that story and she thought, well, I know how to do a lot of things. I could have written, let me get my paper here. There I am. Kind of like this little girl. I have the little thought bubble, and I thought, I know how to do a lot of things, and I can teach others many things. So Jack went to the party. I can write how to throw a birthday party. I could write how to bake a cake. I can do how to tell a story. In here, the little girl has lots of other ideas. How to brush my teeth, how to walk in the hallway, how to take care of a pet, how to plant a flower, how to catch a butterfly. That one's kind of hard to read. So I want you to think of, and you might need to brainstorm with mom or dad or an older brother or sister, what is something that you are really good at that you can teach someone else how to do? Do you know how to make cereal? You could do how to make cereal, and you can do how to do lots of things. And what you would need to do is you need to think to yourself, how can I stretch that out? So Mrs. Schmidt is going to do, I'm going to write it here on my table, how to have a birthday, party, because the princess had a birthday party, and I'm going to write by Mrs. Schmidt. And then I already stapled mine together. So when your mom and dad prints this out, you're going to have a cover, and then you're going to have pages that look like this. And in here, in this box, you might go, what is that for? That is to write like step 1, step 2. So you've got step 1, step 2, and then step 3. So you're not going to do something that requires more than 3 steps, because that's going to be a really, really long story, and that's a lot of work for you to do. So if I'm doing how to have a birthday party, I need to think about all the things that I need to have a birthday party. So what's the first thing I need to do? I first need to invite people to the party. Then I might have to decorate for the party. Then I might need to bake a cake. So those are 3 things. I've stretched it all out. I can't all say it all at once. It's kind of like when you're trying to teach someone how to make cereal. You can't just say, eat the cereal. You might have to say, okay, first you need to get a bowl and a spoon and your milk and your cereal. Then what do you do next? Then you pour in the cereal. What do you do next? Then you pour in the milk. Then what can you do? Then you can eat the cereal. So you need to think to yourself, how can I stretch out my story so that it lasts 3 pages? So I want you to think about something that you are already good at. So something that you can write without even having to practice. So can you do how to build something out of Legos? How to, this person right here, how to fly a kite, how to catch a butterfly, how to plant a flower. Lots of things. How to take care of my little brother or sister. And then you can start your book. Now this might be a book that you might have to do 2 or 3 pages a day. And if you do need more than 3 pages, mom or dad can print you out extra pages. But I have a feeling you won't need more than 3. When you are all done, I would love to see what your how-to story is. So take a picture of your cover. Or what would be really fun is if you can take a video of yourself reading it and send it to Mrs. Schmidt or Mrs. Cattleman. We would love to see what you guys are going to write about. All right, good luck.